just it's just comfortable for me. That's all.
Me too. That's what happened yesterday is I was just running around and there I was.
Well, and the thing
Cool.
is,
I got my Luke's t-shirt, so it's good.
it made me feel good that Ron's comfortable enough where he feels like he's at home and he just like, oh, just let me go talk to Paula. So that's cool. All right. So first on the order of business is I do want to regularly have coaching calls on this page. Now, just to kind of fill you guys in, I am also going to be, on Thursdays, I do a thing called Build Your Badass Business on my Paula B Coaching feed. It's a Facebook Live. I am going to turn that into send in your questions and we're going to coach during that time. Anybody that wants to be part of that needs to let us know. You need to sign up actually for being one of the 100 people who wants to achieve $100,000 this year that I'm supporting you. And everybody who's part of that group who signs up to be formally part of that, and I think all of you guys are already doing that, you will be, you'll receive like a note with a Zoom email in it, and you can join me on Zoom. All right. And so, but I need to have your questions. So there's already one coaching opportunity that's going to be ongoing, group coaching, that'll occur on Thursdays. And that's at 6 o'clock in the evening, my time. So Rich, that would be what? 5?
Yeah, that'd be better.
Yeah.
So it's 8 a.m.
8 a.m. So yeah. So I want to, you guys, sort of be clear that there's more opportunities, and please take as much as you can. I love having people there. I don't like sitting there by myself and coaching myself. I don't do the best job coaching myself, clearly.
How do we sign up for that?
How
do we sign up for that?
Well, you have to kind of opt into it, and we're working on the opt-in right now. So okay. I'll put you guys, all three of you. I know,
I think I have all three of them already in it. I just haven't finalized the opt-in yet.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. So we don't have to do anything.
You got all three of you are already added.
Okay. Rich is in there. Well, I just feel like we'll just go ahead and add everybody in Hi-Ho.
I think Pam just said we're VIP. That's what I heard.
Is that what Pam said? You're VIP? So the Hi-Ho.
That's what I heard.
Always.
I kind of like that. I like that a lot. VIP, the Hi-Ho people are VIP. I like it. Fine. Good. There you go. There's one more thing we can add to this damn list of stuff we're doing for this project. We've got enough VIP
did you say list? Did you say list? I can help with that. I'm really good at lists.
You're really, oh, you are. You could start a whole list for us. Mr. Organizational Coach.
You have to organize your mind first, Paula. It's the first step to success.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, I gave up.
You gave up with me? All right.
Never.
All right, guys. So that is one free opportunity or another opportunity. And then let's do coaching in this group 2 times, a month as well. So for me, it's always hard. If I just suggest something, can you guys just tell me if it works? Because if we start saying what day works, everybody will say this day, and then it gets all confusing. So do Thursdays work? I mean, what if we do like the first and third Thursday of every month? Type in yes, or put your hands up in the air. It's like you just don't care or whatever.
Works for me.
Works for me.
Okay. And by the way, I'm going to start also doing case studies or testimonial Tuesdays. And so I would love for people that, and it will be with people that are participating in the 100 people and 100K, but I'd love to start running some, getting you on and talking to you. I'll probably do it like part of my show. And I know for you, Rich, that might be hard, but you could maybe do a video where we start showcasing and, the point of that is that, with 100 people participating, there's a lot of eyes on what, people hearing what you do and what you offer, right? And also hearing what your process is so they can learn from you, but also it's people that are learning about what you do. And of course, I want you to be having success. So it, helps me as well with your success. So on Tuesdays, I'm going to start doing testimonial Tuesdays. So some of you and maybe all of you can come on as well and be part of my show. And it'll be an interview kind of thing. And we're going to do like case studies. And I'm actually going to publish a bunch of case studies in a book.
What time will that be held?
Well, right now the show is runs at 5:30 in the evening. So what time is that? 6:30 for you in the morning?
Yeah. No, 7:30.
7:30. Okay. So that's not too bad, right? Maybe you could be part of that.
Yeah.
Okay. So back to it. So I'll get you guys on Testimonial Tuesdays on my show. I've got somebody lined up. And then I also have one more thing. Speaking of an organized mind, I also have my Badassery podcast that I want to get you guys on there too. Okay, so first and third Thursdays, we will do coaching here.
What time?
Okay, so for me, 4:30, what am I doing on Tuesdays or Thursdays? I've got the live coaching at 6. So if I do 4:30, that's better for me. Because then I can hop off, go to the bathroom and coach again.
Yeah, that's better. 4:30 or later is better on my end as well, but whatever y'all say, I'll make work.
I'll get up.
Yeah, that's good. Good for me too. Gives me a little more time to.
Yeah, because I know
Yeah,
you guys are leaving, some of you are working day jobs and don't want to mess with that. Well, I sort of do want to mess with that a little bit, but for now we
I
won't.
knew that was coming.
Love that. Love it.
All right, and all you guys work day jobs. Yeah, all of you guys are making millions for other people. Okay, so all right, so we'll do this 4:30 Eastern Standard Time, and Rich, I guess that's 6:30 in the morning.
I'm an early riser anyway.
Okay.
That'll be
All
fine. I'll get up.
Okay.
I'll make it.
Okay.
100K.
You got it.
Gotta go for it.
Yeah. So I want you guys are all going to be in that program and that process. And I love the idea of the high hos being VIPs. So, we'll think what the VIPs get. And, so, some of you are in already that Mind Your Own Business program that I just rolled out. And two of the things that's part of the 100K people. And two of the things that I'm really concerned about in that program, and I actually am doing a fast track in there, is sort of a down and dirty of what do you do to get your business going and cranking, right away. And then also your personal brand. And the last time we were together, I talked about your personal brand a little bit. And so the more that I play in this world of personal branding and the more I learn about it, the more I love it, because it is the opportunity for you to just be yourself, do it your way, and make money. So it doesn't really, I think everybody on here is a coach. I coach a lot of coaches on how to build their business, right? And one thing that's just like the first sticking point for many new coaches is, where do I find clients? Where do I find clients? It's any new business. Where do I find the people that want to buy from me, right? And if you have your personal brand already set up and known, that is not going to be as much of a problem for you. If people know who you are, and that is actually, as I look back on it, I told you that I didn't do a lot of the stuff that we're taught to do as basics because I rolled out and had a lot of clients from the beginning. And part of that is that I have already a group of people, a lot of group of internationally that know me and know of me. And I essentially had and have a personal brand. And I just didn't know it, right? So I really want to bang that drum a little bit more. And I know a couple of you are in the program and we're going on, deep into it, but there's tons and tons that can add to it. So I don't think I'm going to over talk it. So I thought today we'd just spend a little bit more time on that, unless you guys, and so I'm going to talk to that. But before I do that, are there questions that you all have? Just a general coaching question, something that you're, considering, something that you're trying to work out, and we can, maybe coach to that for a minute before I talk about personal branding.
Well, I have a question about personal branding. Only because when you say personal branding, what does that mean?
So if
you can wait to answer that if anyone else has any other questions.
Okay, that's a great question. I'm writing it down.
Okay.
Anybody else that isn't related to personal branding? Any questions? Okay. So your personal brand is you, Y-O-U. And so it is beyond and above. It is you and not your business, not anything you do. It is you. All right. So no matter what you want to do is think about how do people perceive me? If people Googled my name, Pam Allen, would they, what would they get? If, it's almost like you and your name are the business. All right. So Paula Boland, people know me. They know my name. They kind of know I'm goofy and, there's going to be a million things going on and things are a little messy, but that all works out in the end and we all laugh about it, right? That's what they know, right? That's what people know and think about when they think about Paula Boland. Hopefully they also think about inspiration and that somebody that's in there with you that takes a personal approach, all of those kind of things, and any kind of wonderful thing you guys want to chat in about how, what your perception or what people would know about me, that is really good information, right? So that is, no matter what I do, I don't want to be known as Paula Boland coach. I don't want to be known as Paula Boland, the winemaker. I want to be known as Paula Boland. So if I establish that as my business, I can fully be me. It's total freedom, right? I can be me. I don't have to just talk about business coaching, which I've felt like chained about that sometimes. It's somewhere where I don't have to just talk about the law of attraction or God or whatever it is, right? I can be fully me. So sometimes I talk about what I believe in. I talk about my kid. I talk about, and so that becomes I am essentially a business. Sort of like think about Oprah, LeBron James, those kind of things. Now they got their name doing something, but Oprah is no longer, when you think of broadcasting, you don't think of Oprah, right? You think of Oprah and then you think of, she's going to give things away or she's, whatever, she's got book reviews, whatever. You think of Oprah first, right? So that is the concept of personal branding, is you become you and market you first. Does that make sense? So I'm sorry.
Rich had a good question in
I didn't see it.
Comments.
Does that mean my website has to be my name? So the answer is it doesn't have to be. You can have your website in your whatever name you want it to be, but have what have most of what you have your name in it. So you want to, coach your copy is great, but you might want to say by Rich Oka or Rich
Right.
Oka, right? Coach your copy or whatever. And then where I would tell you to really pay attention to this, yes, your blog posts, right? Your blog posts are by Rochaka, by Rich Oka. See, I told you it's messy. So they would be, only by Rich Oka, right? And so anything you're putting out, especially in the media space, whether it be blogs, social media, whatever, I was originally taught and spend hundreds of dollars with marketing companies trying to establish my brand as a coach. And I felt like chained. I knew something was wrong. And the minute that I, got it, that what I'm really about, what Paula Boland is really about is her personal brand, right? Is what I want to do, what I want to talk about. And so I have Paula L. Boland. And I'll tell you the truth behind that. Paula B Coaching is fine because people can still figure out that I'm Paula Boland and, all that. It's not so far away. It's not, coach your business. So it's close enough that I could have made that into my personal branding. But I talk about a lot of things that I'm about a lot of things that aren't business coaching. And I wanted the freedom to talk about that. I wanted the freedom to have that out there, plus to put stuff about business coaching somewhere, right? And not make it confusing. So I started my own page, and I did it kind of as an experiment to see if I implement things, like how fast it grows and what happens. And some of the stuff I'm doing is blowing it up. It is blowing it up. So I'm getting this, right? And so that's an answer to your question. So that's a great place to start. So your personal brand is essentially making yourself, if you will, your own business. So you have your own page for Pam Allen.
Yep.
You have, and I'm not talking about your feed. All right. So on Facebook, and Facebook is a place, even though a lot of us groan when we think about Facebook, and they're pain in the neck, whatever, they're their own Walmart, if you will. But there are more than 1 billion users worldwide on Facebook. So if you got a personal brand, that's somewhere to be, right? I mean, like it or not. And on Facebook, your feed, your page, your general page that we set up, your feed only allows 5,000 people to be your friends. All right. We want something that it doesn't matter if we have 1 million followers. We don't want to be limited. So your feed is fine, but having your own page, just like you would your business, is important, because, Paula Boland is going to have millions of followers. Okay. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, some of you have heard this before. So, questions, comments? If you don't own your name URL, you may want to reserve it. Yes. Thank you, Ron. And that is, go get it. I've started buying all these different URLs. I sent you a few URLs this week, Pam. I don't know if you saw them. Pam's not been well this week, and I'm sorry. I hope you're feeling better.
It can be addicting because I start buying all these and then I'm like, oh my God, this is ridiculous. I've got .net, .org, it just it's in Ron True fashion. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to do 1 million.
Well, good.
I love that.
That could be your tagline.
Yes.
Teaching you how to make 1 million. If you're going to do it for 1 million. So that's kind of the personal branding thing. And so I want you guys really to be, anybody that's around me, I want us to be talking about it. I'm not saying I'm an expert, but I'm going to become a damn well expert on it. I love it. So, but I want to use those concepts to help you grow, because what I have seen for myself is in the last 2 months of me really like getting this and really doing this stuff, it's unbelievable, the change in me too. There's like a freedom here, right? So, and so I want to be talking about this with you guys because it makes your finding clients easier. We don't have to tell, the magic formula for you getting clients is you. And when people, for instance, I'm on this one group that's, it's law of attraction stuff. And I don't know, you guys saw my little post today with my bag of money. Did you see my little post with my bag of money? And I didn't do that on purpose. It was like a heartfelt thing, right? I saw my bag of money. I saw my little bag of quarters, and it like tugged my heart. And I was like, you know what? I remember when I was living on this bag of quarters, and I was thinking I would count out the quarters to see if how much I had to buy gas. And I would count out the quarters to be able to buy groceries, like for my son even. And I remember not eating so he could, I remember living on this bag of quarters. It was, now it's down to like here because I've used it. It was full. I had all these quarters I had, and I was living on it. It tugged at my heart, and I have it in my car and I save it. Because I look at it, it makes me smile. It makes me think, wow, you can come from here to where I am now. You can do this, Paula. The next step and the next step and the next step. You were living on quarters, And so I saw that bag today, and I thought, I'm going to take a picture of it and I'm going to write about it a little bit. So I did. You guys saw it. And I just wrote, I was grateful, and I didn't want anybody to follow me, anything. It was just, this is what happened in my life. No, sneaky purpose. And I put it on a few places that don't normally have people that post that kind of thing. It freaking blew up. I mean, people sending me notes, people sharing it, people telling me, just it blew up. And so what my point is from that is you can be fully yourself and act like we're talking about hi-ho here, acting from your heart, from your inspiration, with no agenda, with no, how do I market this? How do I say this? Because I lived like that for years. If I do this, will this one respond? And, if I use this language, then will it get to this? You can be fully yourself, and you'll have more followers. It is just such a freedom. It's such a freedom. So I can't speak to it enough. And it gets you past those magic, buy this for the magic formula for getting all the clients you want. Do this for the magic to get all the clients. The clients are going to come because they know, like, trust you. They got to know you first. Then they like you. Then they trust you, and then they buy from you. Know, like, and trust. Yeah, being totally authentic and vulnerable. I mean, when I posted that thing this morning, there was a little thing in my gut that I was like, I don't know if this feels right to post. And then I sat with it for a minute, and I was like, what this is not feeling, it's feeling weird because I'm being vulnerable. I'm being vulnerable on social media. And it's not because it doesn't, like I'm doing it I don't like doing things for another reason. That's when it feels icky to me. And so I was like, I'm not doing this for another reason. I'm just saying what I got to say. And I hope it gives somebody some hope, because I've lived on quarters before. Right. And I was feeling weird, and it was because I was being vulnerable. But that vulnerability and that authenticity, and just live, like showing people living your life, not for some purpose, is just such a gift. People need it. They grow from it. It's it's wonderful. And it's wonderful to be that, right? Instead of always thinking, I gotta make it, and what if I do this? And then if I do this, then it'll grow to that. Instead, be me. That's what this whole Mind Your Own Business program is about, and what my 100 people in for 100K, because I also know the other part of this is if I can get you guys to 100K, it's the same process. Your team, your scaling, everything, you're going to be able to replicate that and get to 1 million. You can. I don't have any doubt. So there's personal brand, and I really want to beat this. I'm not going to stop talking about it. It may end up what I coach to. I love it so much. And I have not been able to, I love being able to be yourself and make it work, not feeling like stressed out, or is this going to work, or all that stuff. Yeah. You totally resonate with it. Tell me what you resonate with, Rich.
I don't know, like for some strange reason, like up until now, I never really caught the idea of the importance of having a personal brand. And maybe it was because I lacked confidence in myself as a product. But I think, over the past year of, doing coaching with you and putting myself out there and getting positive feedback from others, I've developed more confidence in myself. And I think a natural result of developing more confidence in yourself is that the natural outcome is, I am my own personal brand, so to speak.
Right.
So it was kind of like a natural outcome of that. And
yeah.
And I think, that's why what you said today really, not only does it really resonate, but I feel confident that I can do it. Like I can put myself out there as a brand. But a year ago, or maybe a year and a half ago or so, I didn't really have that confidence. So it was like, I got to market myself as a commodity.
Well, and I don't want to present it that way at all. I don't want to get us thinking, oh, this is a whole new marketing product, right? I want you to realize that by being you and who God made you to be and your special wonderfulness, just by showing up, that is a money maker. It's going to help the world. That's why you chose to be here. That's why God said, come on and be rich. We need what you got because the rest of the puzzle needs you, right? And so just by being out there and being it's not anything that you gotta, and that's the thing that I always had problems with is like, what's the scheme? What's the, and then I was like, I just want a freedom. I want to be able to speak to people and love people and but you can't, you have to like get the scheme, and that's not what this is about. This is about the freedom to be you and showing up as you, and people loving it because it gives them the freedom to be them. And the freedom to say, I lived on quarters too. I really resonate with this. I don't have to show up as perfect. And I don't think anybody hears me or likes me. And you helped me because I'm living that right now, whatever.
Don't you think it's also, I had this profound thought and it left me, but I think the other thing that really resonates with me, that I've kind of been getting my head around this idea of branding myself for a little while, because I've heard it a couple of times, and then when you started talking about it, it really hit home, because I thought, okay, if Paula Summa, then it's real, it's authentic. And one of the things that really, I think, I will get to my point here in a minute, I promise, that really stuck with me is there's also nobody competing with you, because there is only one you, and you. And so there's no competition, because there can't be, is what I think I'm trying to say.
And isn't that a blessing too? That's beautiful, because half the time when you're doing the scheming thing and you're trying to figure out the angle, you are in competition. And then that feels so icky, right? If, and like what
It
you said,
does.
if you said, like what you said, Rich, is that it gives you confidence because you can be fully you. And I'm, you know, because I'm just fully me and I'm showing up as me and it's working because me is working, right? God gave me this. This is what I am. There's only one me and I'm showing up as me and I'm celebrating me and this is working. Now when you know, get 100, you know, votes or you get, you know, 10,000 people or whatever, I'm not going, oh no, what did he do? Why am I not doing that? You know, I'm just being me and you're being you. And I don't have to compete anymore. Exactly. I love
And
that.
don't you think it helps to, well, I feel like yourself, I'm always looking at the scheme, like, okay, what's the angle? What are they? So I know they're doing this because they want me to press that button right there so they can get my email address. That's it. And so even though that may come, you've built the relationship, the authenticity, which is all very real. And so I think the other stuff just kind of comes naturally instead of, like you said, feeling scheming and forced. And the other piece that I think I'm right on this, and please correct me if I'm not, by branding yourself, for someone like, I know that I have a lot of interest, and I suspect all of us here do. It allows you the opportunity to pivot so much easier. Like you can be Ron Stevenson, the coach, Ron Stevenson, the whatever and whatever and whatever. It can be, you can be multiple things and not have to keep having a new this and a new that.
Yeah, I love it because that's exactly right. I mean, because Oprah, you know, she's just a huge, you know, her personal brand is just huge. So it's an easy example. It's easy to get. But if she says, oh, I'm reading this book right now, 9 million people go get that book because they, you know, and in some ways you guys are kind of like saying that too. Oh, Paula said it was this, so I'm following it, right? Paula said this, so I'm following it. So it shows me that you guys, there's a trust factor there, right? That, if, you know, you trust that I'm not going to whatever. And so, and that's exactly right. When you get in that relationship with people, it's, you know, she's my friend, she's my buddy. He's, you know, he's never, you know, I know him to be solid and I know him to be honest. And the more you show up as yourself, the more you're going to be perceived as honest and not schemy, right? So that's exactly right. And so you can pivot. It's not even pivoting. It's just you saying, oh, look over there, everybody. And everybody goes, oh, yeah. You know? But it is.
Oh, that's a good point. It's not pivoting. Actually, I never thought about it from that angle.
It's you, right? And you're just looking somewhere and people look with you. Yeah, that's such freedom for me. Because like you said, okay, if I talk too much about, you know, being happy in your life, then maybe somebody will perceive me as a life coach and I'm a business coach. And so I've got to get more directed talking about strategies for building your business. And that's what I do on this channel. And that's all I talk about. And I'm like, but it's bullshit if you're not happy. So I want to talk about being happy. You know what I mean? And so this is the freedom for me to say that. You know, I know y'all think I'm a business coach, but maybe I am a life coach because you got to freaking be happy first, right? If you're not happy, it doesn't mean anything and you're not going to like your money or you're not going to make any money because you're not happy and you don't feel worthy. And so that's such freedom, such freedom. And Peter, you wrote something about, solve the niche problem in one fell swoop. Exactly. You're your own damn niche. So now you get to write copy for this. How are you going to write copy for this?
One word, awesome.
Awesome. Oh, you get to start. So what's your angle? You said it's kind of similar for you, but you have a different angle.
Yeah, it's resonating for me in the sense that I get to be myself. And I'm realizing that there's this core wound that, you know, before she left, you know, my ex basically told me, nobody is ever going to put up with you. Nobody is ever going to be okay with you the way I was. And it's been really hard to move on from that and fully believe that she was just completely full of shit. So this thought that I not only do I get to be me, which of course I want, that people are actually going to be happy and follow me and all of this other stuff because I'm being me. And it's like, wow. And it's like, well, crap, but then how do I be me?
Oh shit, now I gotta be me.
I'm like, oh crap. Like,
I've been practicing not being me for so long.
yeah, like I've been trying to be somebody else. Like I've been trying to be, you know, the best father to my kids and the best husband to my wife and the best son and to my parents and the best employee to the company I work for and the best, you know, staff member to my manager. And it's like, well, but none of those are really truly me at my core. Like maybe they all contain some elements if I'm lucky, and a genuine person. It's just like, whoa, you know, like, wow, it's like, I mean, I'm really a nerd. Like I quote movie lines all the time. Like I collect Star Wars Legos. Like I just built a Lego set like this week that I bought from the Lego store that was out of stock, you know. Like there's really like people are going to be okay with that. Like can I really let all this stuff out of the bag?
You don't effing make a video with what you just said.
Right.
I am going to freaking cut this out and publish
I
it
was thinking
on
the
my
same thing.
channel.
I'm over here tearing up.
I am too.
I had the
Do
same
you know
thought.
how many people's heart you just picked up? I mean,
That spoke to me personally. Like,
and you
thank
don't
you
even
for
have to
sharing
come
that.
up with a solution. You wouldn't talk about the effing attractor factor, being what freedom of being you and exploring, I'm going to be me. And now that I have the freedom to be me, what the F does that mean? And I'm ready to be free, but I'm done being the best husband, the best son, the best whatever. I want to figure out who's me. And then the next part you said, boy, I'm preaching now. And the next thing you said is, and I'm a nerd and I put together Legos and then you started celebrating who you really are. And so you took people from this story of, you know, here's the crisis,
Mhm.
here's the crash, and here's the hero. I mean, you just did that in like 3 freaking minutes or less. I was like, ah! My head's
Okay,
exploding.
you're gonna have to send me the clip or something because I have no idea what I just did.
See, and isn't that beautiful?
It was beautiful.
I mean, it's beautiful that you're speaking from your heart and everybody's tuning in and in tears because of your heart. Heart in, hands on. No more putting your hands in first. From your heart, living who you really are, right? And being honest about it. I mean, yeah, I'm going to send you the video. You cut it and you put that on your effing personal page and just play that 4 times a day.
The other thing that came to me, it may not be, I don't know, it may not be important, but I'm going to share it anyhow. Peter, the other day I had never really heard you speak a lot about, you know, I mean, I knew we've been in the same group, blah, blah, blah. But when you spoke, it was the mindset challenge. I was trying to think, what was it? Because I was like, what was that Paula thing we were doing that time? But when you spoke, I was like, wow, I've never really heard him speak, but that was ridiculously magical. And it was perfect and beautiful, and that was well done. So clearly you need to speak more is what I'm trying to say.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
How many years have I been saying this, Peter?
I think this is the first time I ever heard you say that.
That you need to speak more?
Yeah.
Okay.
Brand new.
Here, I'm glad you heard it.
And she didn't pay me to say that because I didn't know she'd been saying that. So
Well, he's, I mean, anytime, you know, if I was going to get in competition, when Peter comes on my show, everybody goes, Peter. I'm like, wait.
I don't know what you're talking about. If we could even get the tech to work in the first place, it's pretty
We have to have
balanced.
a little of that and blow it up a little bit, but that wouldn't be, you know, that has to happen. But yeah, so I agree. I think, I don't know. And the hard part, I think, for me is I want you to go speak. I want you to go speak and I want you to go speak, but you've got to do it your way. You know, you've got to do it your way because this is you and this is your niche and this is, you know, who you are. And I mean, hearing that it's so helpful and so insightful and that people love it, maybe will help you and settle something within you. But I want to honor that you've got to do it your way in your time. And I know the other day about
oh, sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, yeah. Go ahead, not
Well,
Ron.
here's
Oh,
my
I
my
was
movie. Here's my movie nerd again. If you know The Princess Bride and Fezzik the giant, and Vizzini goes, okay, fine, do it your way. And then he gets this puzzled look on his face and he's like, what's my way?
right.
And it's like, you know, that whole filter problem again. It's like I have spent so much time trying to be everything else for everyone else that it's like, I don't even know what my way is. It's so frustrating. You know, you're like, go do this. And I'm like, but I don't know how to do that. Like, well, whatever feels good. And I'm like, I don't know what feels good. You know, it's like, sorry, Ron.
Oh no, you're great. I mean, that speaks to me too. And I'll tell you that. So what I was going to say is that you're sharing that. There's a really raw story that I at some point will tell, and you've just brought me a lot closer to telling it because it spoke to me in a way that it kind of let me know it will be okay when I get there. I'm not quite there, but I'm really close. And Paula knows exactly what I'm talking about.
You're close. You're going to tell it. You might even tell it today. Yeah.
It's pretty close. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, follow what comes out of those lips, because that's being spoken from a deeper self, right? Oftentimes we are the ultimate killer of our beauty and our ability to heal other people, because we put our filters on while we're speaking and don't allow ourselves to really speak what, you know, truly God is the breath, God is the spirit, right? And so your breath and your voice is of God, and we put filters on that. We put, you know, what are they going to think? Oh, I better not say that, or all that stuff. Thank you for the clearing. And
it's
so
all mindset.
Yeah. So the more that you just let it come out, you're going to find out, even in your personal branding, just like what happened with Peter, that is the blessing part, is when it comes, it just comes, right? So, okay. You want to sit down with us? Okay. My son's joined us in the coaching process here. He's running away now that I've acknowledged him. So, all right. So, Peter, I wanted to just coach a minute to that. And what I would say is, it's okay to try it, whatever you want to try. Like, if you don't know what is you, try one thing, try the next thing, try the next thing, and see how it sits. And if you, like, for a little while, you may do this, and then you don't like doing that anymore. So don't do it anymore, right? Like you might make videos and you make a YouTube channel and you do it. And then you don't like doing a YouTube channel anymore. So don't do it anymore, right? While you're figuring out, what is you and what is of you and what feels really good and what works and what is your business, trying on the hat and wearing the hat for a little while is just fine. And it's not going to hurt anything. It's, if you make 5 videos, well, for you, you're probably going to get people asking you when you're going to make another one. But if you make 5 videos and you decide you don't want to do that anymore, that isn't right for you and your gut that isn't settling in and you feel too weird afterward and blah, blah, blah. And then maybe you process it and say, is this my ego or is this old damage? And you kind of heal through it, which I know you know how to do. And you go, no, that's just not for me. Then you don't have to do it anymore. So you just start trying stuff. I remember I used to work with people who had labels of disability, and they were what I was paid to do as a consultant was to help them leave institutional living, like a place that they had lived most of their life. And they had no choices there. People told them when to get up, when to go to bed, where to walk, what to do. And so we were supposed to find out what they wanted to do and help them have what they wanted in their life. And they had no idea. They had lived in this, like what you're saying, I'm the best, I do this, I do this. And so we would literally, I would take people out and I would literally walk through a mall and watch what they pointed at, and just make a little note. Oh, he really likes, Kirkland's. Let's go in Kirkland's and see if there's something else you point at. And so they make it a magic wand from there. And then, 3 days later, the thing goes away because it's not really what they want, so it's some of that is just kind of like, I haven't had this, so I'm going to just try it out, just point to it and see if I like it. That's what I would say to do. This has been a fabulous, I don't know about you, but this has filled me up from my feet to my head today. I'm so glad we got together.
Same here.
Me too.
Yeah.
Nice.
This is awesome.
I know, way awesome.
Tell you.
Amazing. You guys have me just, whew. Peter, and if you decide not to take that video clip, I'm going to go ahead and repeat it and tell it as a story. It's not my story, but it's yours, but I'm going to tell it. Is it so freaking important? All right, guys. So we're kind of getting out of time here. It's hour in. Last comments. What are some takeaways you're going to do, or not necessarily do, but just some key takeaways? What's in your heart? Just last comments. Go ahead.
So before our next session, I feel, and also based on our last conversation, I feel like I want to go ahead and build my business page, create my business page. So you guys keep me accountable for that. Yeah, there's one other thing I feel compelled to share, but I don't want to take up too much time. Maybe I'll make a video about it. So anyway.
Well, now you got us hanging on our seat.
Right?
All right.
I've got time. Go for it.
This will take maybe 90 seconds or so. So one of the most inspiring moments in my life was when I went to see my first stadium rock concert in, I can't remember, in California somewhere. I went to see a British rock band called Def Leppard. And I just lost my mind. I literally lost my mind, and maybe I lost a couple of pounds. But what was so inspiring when I went to that concert was I saw these 5 guys on the stage, and I knew that many years back, they had decided that we have this dream and we're going to do it. No matter the odds, no matter what, 5 guys coming together, hearts in, hands on. And I was witnessing the pure manifestation of that through tons of loudspeakers, but that has always kind of been something I've always loved, you know, people of like minds coming together with a common vision, common goal, so to speak, and just making a dent in the universe. And I kind of feel that kind of vibe with this group. So that's what I wanted to share. Thanks for listening.
That was beautiful. There's another one we're going to cut and paste. Beautiful. Love it. Anybody else? Final comments?
I would just say that I think I always like when, you know, there's coaching sessions and time together, but this may go down in history as one of my favorites.
Cool.
Yeah, this is a nice one.
Yeah, this is good. Yeah. Yay.
Yeah, the filter. I'm gonna have to do something about this filter thing.
Peter, I just think that when you started talking and you were talking about how you don't know who you are, that's going to reach so many people. I mean, it reached every single one of us in here. I don't know who I am. I question this every day. And you're right. When you're a parent and and you have a spouse, that takes up a lot of your mind and everything. I lost myself through a marriage and being a mom. I don't know who I am. So I feel that what you need to start talking about all this. And I will be first in line.
What I want to ask you guys to do when you start your personal page, and not to pull this back too much but when you start your personal page, invite us to like it. You know, people are starting their page that I'm working with right now, and they've just not even sent me an invite, and I want to follow you. I want to see what you're doing. I want to, you know, so when you start your page, send us all an invite. And I am glad if you guys are putting stuff out, I'm glad to replay it on my site, you know, if it's, you know, because it doesn't do anything but help other people, you know, from a different point of view. It's not going to hurt. If I'm putting out good stuff on my, you know, personal page, people are like, that lady puts out good stuff. And she's not only worried about talking about herself, right? So I'm glad to, you know, put these videos out and stuff if you give me permission. And then that helps all of us grow together, right? We all rise. We all rise.
I have a question about that.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like I have several personal pages, but I did finally I went in and grabbed literally on Facebook, like my name page. I have done nothing else. But I did have the option, like you were talking about, to ask people to like it. I felt like it was too soon because I don't even have a picture up there. So surely you don't want it until there's actual content, or are you saying just do it as soon as you have anything?
No, go ahead and do it. But you don't have to invite people until you've got something on there.
Well, I didn't know if you meant, maybe I didn't ask it very well. I didn't know if there was value in, obviously this group would know this is a work in progress. I'm just starting. So, you know, content to come. I didn't know if you were saying do it now or just wait till you have content, I guess was my question.
Do it now and content will come.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's going to be a freedom. The minute you do it, you're sort of signing on for yourself.
Well, it also motivates you to get content up there a little quicker, which is what I know you're trying to do.
No, I don't have a scheme.
Oh, but
Mhm.
you do.
I
But
do
a but a
want you
but a
guys-
scheme that's good.
I want you guys to, I do want you all to be extremely successful. I mean that, and I know that, this is part of the way you become extremely successful is to just let it be messy and do it, and learn as you go. Start driving 80 miles an hour and change the tire while you're running down the road. I mean, that's what you do. So I do know that. I also know that it's important to work from inspiration and not, whipping yourself and all that stuff. So if it's not coming to you, it's not time, So again, this is your business, your way. And so I'm telling you what I know works, but you got to choose what works, what feels right for you.
Just to be clear, it's a Facebook business page, right?
Yeah,
That's
it's just like if you went to go and you want to also have like if you do wherever you are, it doesn't necessarily have to be Facebook. I would recommend Facebook because there's so many people, but
I'm doing Facebook, but
yeah. So Instagram, Twitter, wherever you are, your blog, you've already got your sign off as Rich Oka, right? So yeah, you need to have a page just like you would make for your business because you are your business. All right. So it is a business page. It's a page. It's not a group. It's a page. Not your feed. It's a page on Facebook. Yeah.
that's my action step.
All right.
Love it.
Good. 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 I hope you go live too, because man, have you come in a long way from I can tell in your comfort level with going live. I mean, you even use it in your words. Maybe I'll just go live.
I don't know, there's just something about this group. And maybe I've been away from the homeland for too long or something, but I don't know. Kind of feels like coming back home a little bit sometimes. I mean, because I've been living in Japan here for about 16 years. So,
Well,
Wow.
for those of you who don't know, I'm born and raised in Minnesota. So,
mhm.
anyway.
Mina says being with us feels like she came home too. And I don't think she's always lived in Japan.
Yeah, that's an interesting one.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna be meeting up with her soon. Her and Russell,
Oh,
kind
good.
of like keep each other accountable, kind of like the
Good.
Tokyo badass.
Yeah, you guys are the bad. I mean, I'm serious about that. We need to, do something there. And because there's a desire
I'm trying
clearly.
to set it up.
Hmm?
I'm trying to set it up. So.
Okay. Well, I'm on my way. I'm gonna be there live. All right, guys. It's been a honor to be with you today and a joy. Thank you all so very much. You all will receive, of course, a copy of this and we'll send it out to the other members as well. And, get some of these other, go on the 10K thing and talk about what badass this is. I mean, this is amazing
This is.
feeling. It's great stuff. And you guys inspire me. Man, you inspire me.
Same.
Thank you. Thank you.
For sure.
Thank you.
Oh,
All
you're
right.
up.
We'll see you the first Thursday, 4:30 Eastern Standard Time, which will be, I guess, the 7th.
Will we get an email reminder?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Pam's on it. She's amazing. Now, if it was up to me,
Yes.
you might not get one. The 4th, it'll be the 4th, the first Thursday, the 4th and the 18th.
I'll put a little
6:30.
schedule out.
See how major she
4:30
is?
your time, right?
4:30 my time, yeah. So it'd be what, 6:30 your time?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Bye, guys. I don't do that very well, but here's my heart. Bye.
Bye.
Right.
Bye-bye.